She went for a bike ride on Mother's Day, and never came back. Suzanne Morphew, a 49-year-old mother of two, vanished from her Colorado home in May 2020. For years, investigators were left with almost nothing: no body, no witness, no clear motive. Her husband Barry publicly pleaded for her return. But 5 years later, he was arrested for her murder. And yet the story didn't end there. This is the disappearance of Suzanne Morphew, a case that exposes not just the cracks in a marriage, but the complexity of justice when a body is never found. Suzanne Renee Morphew was a beloved teacher, mother, and cancer survivor. She lived with her husband, Barry, and their two daughters in Maysville, Colorado, a quiet mountain town that seemed like the perfect place to live a peaceful life. But on May 10, 2020, Mother's Day, Suzanne reportedly left the house for a bike ride and never returned. By that evening, her daughters were calling friends, police, and neighbors. Barry, who said he was away on a work trip, rushed home and joined the search. Her bike was eventually found down a steep embankment, but with no blood, no skid marks, and no signs of a struggle. Her helmet was discovered days later, oddly placed and undamaged. And Suzanne herself? Gone. The search effort was massive. Helicopters, drones, dive teams, and tracking dogs combed the remote Colorado terrain. Police received over 1,400 tips. Social media lit up with missing person posters. But there was no trace of Suzanne, only whispers, clues, and digital breadcrumbs. Authorities soon started looking closer to home. Barry Morphew, Suzanne's husband of over 25 years, presented himself publicly as a devastated, searching spouse. He gave interviews, made teary pleas, and offered a $100,000 reward for her safe return. But investigators noted inconsistencies. Barry claimed he was 150 miles away on a landscaping job. Yet surveillance footage from the hotel where he stayed showed him coming and going repeatedly, and acting strangely. Cell phone data revealed even more troubling activity. His phone had been placed in airplane mode multiple times. Suzanne's phone, meanwhile, had gone silent the morning she disappeared. But not before sending one final message. A deleted text Suzanne had written shortly before vanishing read, "I'm done. Let's handle this civilly." It was a message to Barry. As investigators dug deeper, a troubling picture began to form. Suzanne had been having an emotional affair with a former high school flame. She had been communicating with him for nearly 2 years, mostly in secret. Her texts and journal entries revealed a woman who felt trapped, emotionally abused, and ready to leave her marriage. Barry, meanwhile, maintained that they had reconciled. But the evidence suggested otherwise. In May 2021, 1 year after Suzanne disappeared, Barry Morphew was arrested and charged with her murder, tampering with evidence, and attempting to influence a public servant. The prosecution alleged that Barry murdered Suzanne in a fit of rage after discovering her affair and learning she intended to leave him. The motive, they said, was control, jealousy, and fear of exposure. But there was one major problem: there was still no body. No blood. No murder weapon. No crime scene. Barry's defense team argued that the case was built on circumstantial evidence, digital speculation, and emotional theory. And in April 2022, just before trial, prosecutors did something unexpected. They dropped all charges against Barry Morphew, saying they wanted more time to locate Suzanne's body and gather additional evidence. Barry was released. Free. Presumed innocent once again. The case stunned the public. Had the justice system moved too fast? Or had they let a killer walk free? Barry sued the government for wrongful arrest and claimed his family had been destroyed by baseless allegations. But the investigation didn't stop. In September 2023, Suzanne's remains were discovered, more than 3 years after she vanished, during an unrelated search in a remote area of Saguache County, Colorado. DNA testing confirmed the bones belonged to Suzanne Morphew. But even now, 5 years later, no new charges have been filed. Authorities have not announced whether they will retry Barry. The public remains divided. And Suzanne's daughters? They've stood by their father through it all. So what really happened to Suzanne Morphew? Was it a tragic murder fueled by secrets and resentment? A botched investigation that rushed to judgment? Or a still unsolved mystery with layers we may never fully understand? One thing is certain: Suzanne's voice was silenced. And her case has become a haunting reminder that justice without answers is no justice at all. Let us know what you believe happened. Was Barry responsible? Or is there still more to this story? Leave your theory in the comments below. And subscribe to the Silent Files for more cold cases, unsolved mysteries, and stories that deserve to be heard.